Have you ever stood in front of the mirror feeling confident about your outfit, only to realize something looks off and makes you appear older than you actually are? Many women over 60 find themselves in this situation, and often the culprit isn't the color of your clothes or even your hairstyle, it's your neckline. The shape of your neckline can either lift your look, giving you freshness and elegance, or it can add 10 years instantly without you even noticing. Think about it. Our face, neck, and shoulders are the first things people notice. If the neckline you choose cuts in the wrong place, hides your best features, or emphasizes areas you'd rather not highlight, it can unintentionally make you look tired or weighed down. But here's the good news. Once you know which necklines to avoid and which ones to embrace, you'll have the power to transform your entire look with minimal effort. In today's video, we're uncovering the biggest neckline mistakes women over 60 make, and more importantly, the alternatives that can flatter you at this stage of life. These style insights aren't about dressing younger or trying to be someone you're not. They're about refining your style so it highlights your natural beauty, your confidence, and your years of wisdom. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which necklines can age you by a decade and which ones will help you look effortlessly chic and sophisticated. This is not just about clothes, it's about feeling proud when you step out, whether it's to meet friends for coffee, enjoy a walk in the city, or attend a special family gathering. So, let's begin with the very first neckline that might be holding you back more than you realize. High necklines, why they add years. One of the most common mistakes mature women make is reaching for high necklines, like turtlenecks, mock necks, or tops that completely cover the collarbone. While these styles may feel modest or cozy, especially in cooler weather, they can actually do more harm than good once you're over 60. High necklines shorten the appearance of your neck, hide the elegant collarbone area, and draw attention upward in a way that makes the face look heavier. Instead of giving you sophistication, they often add visual weight and make fine lines around the chin and jawline more noticeable. Imagine this. Linda, 62, loves her collection of black turtlenecks because they've always felt sleek and timeless. But when she compares herself in a fitted turtleneck versus a soft V-neck sweater, the difference is striking. The turtleneck makes her face appear fuller, her shoulders broader, and her overall look slightly dated. In contrast, the V-neck opens up her neckline, creates balance, and instantly softens her features. This before and after moment is exactly why choosing the right neckline matters so much. The goal at this stage of life isn't to hide, it's to highlight. Showing a little skin at the neckline, whether through a scoop, boat, or shallow V, elongates your neck and frames your face beautifully. It adds an air of confidence without trying too hard. When paired with delicate jewelry, like a simple pendant or a silk scarf, these necklines can make you appear refreshed and effortlessly elegant. That's why style experts often recommend flattering necklines for older women such as V-necks, scoops, or wrap styles. They're timeless and forgiving in all the right ways. If you've been reaching for those snug turtlenecks year after year, consider this your gentle nudge to try something new. Fashion for mature women should never feel restrictive. It should celebrate who you are today. And speaking of balance, if a neckline that's too high can overwhelm your look, then a neckline that plunges too deep can create the opposite problem. Let's talk about why low-cut styles can also age you more than you think. Deep plunging necklines, when too much works against you. On the opposite end of the spectrum, deep plunging necklines may seem glamorous, but after 60, they often create more challenges than charm. A neckline that cuts too low can emphasize areas that many mature women would prefer to minimize, such as thinning skin or less firmness in the chest and décolletage. Instead of appearing elegant, these necklines can feel overly revealing and distract from your natural sophistication. Take Susan, for example. At 65, she purchased a stunning evening dress with a plunging V-neck because she thought it would make her look youthful and daring. However, when she tried it on for a wedding, she realized the cut not only made her self-conscious, but also drew attention away from her radiant smile and graceful posture. Later, when she swapped it for a more refined square neckline with structured shoulders, the transformation was remarkable. She still looked modern and stylish, but in a way that highlighted her presence rather than exposing what she didn't want to show. The secret here is moderation. Necklines, like a shallow V or a gently scooped cut, are far more flattering for women over 60. They elongate the neck, soften the face, and create the illusion of length without showing too much. These designs balance modesty with allure, proving that you don't need to bear it all to look captivating. In fact, elegant style after 60 often comes from knowing exactly what to reveal and what to refine. If you love the drama of a V-neck, opt for styles that stop above the bust line and let accessories do the rest of the talking. A silk scarf draped lightly or a statement necklace can provide that hint of personality while keeping the overall look polished. Remember, confidence shines brightest when your outfit makes you feel secure and radiant. And while overly deep necklines can be distracting, the problem doesn't end there. Even a modest neckline, if cut too tight, can work against you. Let's explore why crew necks that cling too close can also be aging. Tight crew necks, when simplicity backfires. At first glance, the classic crew neck seems like the safest choice. It's simple, modest, and easy to wear with almost anything. But when the neckline sits too high and hugs the base of the neck too tightly, it can actually create the opposite effect of what you want. Instead of clean and timeless, it often makes the upper body look bulky, the neck appear shorter, and fine lines or loose skin more noticeable. Picture Margaret, age 61, slipping on a fitted crew neck tee in a stiff cotton fabric. She loves the comfort, but when she sees her reflection, she notices how the neckline draws attention straight to her chin and emphasizes the fullness around her jawline. The overall look feels restricted. Later, she changes into a soft crew neck with a slightly wider cut and a draping fabric. The difference is striking. Her face looks more open, her posture more relaxed, and her outfit suddenly feels modern and flattering. That's the subtle power of choosing flattering tops for mature women. A neckline that gives just a little breathing room between fabric and skin makes all the difference. Opt for crew necks that are slightly lower, with a relaxed curve, or experiment with boat necks that skim the collarbone without stretching too far across. Fabrics also play a role. Lightweight knits, soft jersey, or even silk blends add fluidity that a stiff tee can never achieve. The key is to avoid anything that feels restrictive. Fashion after 60 should celebrate ease and elegance, not emphasize every line. When in doubt, remember, structure should shape, not squeeze. A neckline that allows your natural grace to shine is always the more youthful choice. And speaking of too much width, there's another neckline mistake that women over 60 often make: boat necks that stretch too far across the shoulders. Let's uncover why this shape can quietly add years instead of subtracting them. Wide boat necks, when graceful turns unflattering. The boat neckline is often seen as elegant and feminine, but when it stretches too wide across the shoulders, it can be surprisingly unforgiving for women over 60. Instead of opening up the face gracefully, a broad boat neck makes the shoulders look wider, the chest appear flatter, and any slouching more obvious. For mature women, it can also exaggerate posture changes that naturally come with age, such as a slight curve in the back or less definition in the shoulders. Take Helen, 64, who once loved her collection of wide boat neck blouses. She wore them thinking they added a Parisian flair to her wardrobe. But after seeing photos from a family gathering, she noticed how the neckline pulled her frame outward, making her torso look boxy and drawing attention away from her smile. Later, she tried on a simple scoop neck top that skimmed her collarbone instead. The result? Her silhouette looked softer, her posture more lifted, and she appeared instantly more youthful and balanced. This is why style experts often recommend avoiding overly horizontal shapes when choosing best tops for women over 60. Instead, opt for necklines that gently curve, like a scoop or a shallow V. These shapes create a natural frame for your face, elongate your neck, and balance your overall proportions. If you still love the idea of a boat neck, choose one that is narrower so it doesn't pull too wide across your shoulders. Accessories can also help. A long pendant necklace or a lightweight scarf can add vertical lines that break up the horizontal effect of a wider neckline. Small adjustments like these are often what separate an outfit that feels off from one that feels timeless. And while wide boat necks can make your frame look broader, another culprit can harden your look in an entirely different way: square and boxy necklines. Let's see why they tend to strip away softness and elegance. Square boxy necklines, when structure steals your softness. Square necklines have made a comeback in recent years, often praised for their clean lines and structured appeal. But for women over 60, this style can be surprisingly tricky. A neckline that is too square or boxy can harden your features, exaggerate sharp angles, and take away the natural softness that often feels more flattering at this stage of life. Instead of enhancing elegance, it can make you look more rigid and less approachable. Picture Diane, age 66, trying on a tailored blouse with a wide square neckline. At first, she admired how crisp it looked on the hanger, but once she put it on, the straight, angular neckline seemed to mirror and emphasize the lines on her face, making her appear more severe than she intended. Later, she switched to a blouse with a gentle V-neck and fluid draping fabric. The difference was immediate. Her look felt more relaxed, her face seemed brighter, and the overall vibe was softer yet polished. That's the key with elegant outfits for women over 60. Structure is wonderful, but it needs balance. Instead of boxy cuts, go for necklines with softened edges, like a rounded square, a sweetheart neckline, or a wrap top that naturally creates diagonal lines. These cuts offer the same sense of refinement, but with a feminine touch that enhances rather than overwhelms. Accessories can also come to the rescue. Adding a silk scarf with flowing movement or a delicate necklace can counterbalance the harshness of a boxy neckline. Think of it as adding softness back into the frame so your style feels intentional, not forced. And while sharp, boxy cuts can strip away femininity, there's another neckline mistake that works in the opposite direction: adding too much fuss and detail. Let's talk about why overly embellished or ruffled necklines can also make you appear older than you are. Over-embellished or ruffled necklines, when details overpower your elegance. It's easy to assume that adding ruffles, lace, bows, or heavy embellishments around the neckline will bring charm and femininity. But the truth is, once you're over 60, too much fuss in this area can overwhelm your natural beauty instead of enhancing it. Overly detailed necklines draw attention away from your face, create visual clutter, and can even make your frame look heavier than it really is. Consider Mary, age 63, who bought a blouse with layers of ruffles around the collar because she thought it would hide her neck. When she wore it to a brunch, she noticed in photos that the busy details actually made her look top-heavy, while the extra fabric distracted from her bright smile. Later, she tried a sleek scoop neck blouse with a single statement necklace. Suddenly, her look was lighter, cleaner, and much more flattering. This is why fashion mistakes to avoid after 60 often include clothing that is overly decorated. Simplicity is your best friend. Clean lines and subtle accents give your outfit a timeless quality, while heavy ruffles or oversized bows can unintentionally add years. Instead, think of letting one detail shine, whether that's a silk scarf, a delicate pendant, or a patterned fabric, without piling it all at the neckline. Another trick is to focus on fabrics. A soft jersey or lightweight silk with a clean neckline often looks far more modern than a stiff blouse overloaded with lace. The fabric flows with your movements, making you appear confident and comfortable rather than restricted and fussy. Remember, chic tops for mature women are about balance. Less detail at the neckline doesn't mean less style. It means the attention goes where it belongs, to your radiant expression and graceful posture. And after exploring what to avoid, it's only fair we look at the positive side. What necklines actually flatter women over 60 and make you look effortlessly youthful? Let's move on to the styles you should embrace instead. What necklines to wear instead? Flattering choices for women over 60. After talking about all the neckline mistakes that can add years, let's focus on what actually works. The right neckline doesn't just flatter your figure, it highlights your best features and makes you feel confident the moment you step out the door. For women over 60, the most flattering necklines are those that create openness without being too revealing and softness without being fussy. A shallow V-neck is one of the most universally flattering choices. It elongates the neck, draws the eye upward, and balances the face beautifully. Unlike plunging versions, a modest V brings elegance without discomfort. Think of Anne, 67, who swapped her high-neck blouses for a collection of V-neck sweaters in soft fabrics. She immediately noticed how her friends commented on how refreshed she looked, even though nothing else about her outfit had changed. Scoop necks are another timeless option. The gentle curve softens the jawline and gives your look a feminine, approachable quality. When paired with a delicate chain or a strand of pearls, a scoop neckline creates that classic, effortless style that never goes out of fashion. Wrap tops are also excellent choices. The diagonal lines they create not only slim the torso, but also add visual interest without overloading the neckline. Wrap dresses, in particular, are a wardrobe hero for fashion for mature women, offering comfort and sophistication in one simple piece. If you enjoy a bit of structure, opt for a softened square neckline or a narrow boat neck that doesn't stretch too wide across the shoulders. Both give you a tailored finish while still feeling balanced. The key is moderation, keeping the lines clean, gentle, and supportive of your natural frame. The beauty of these flattering necklines is that they're versatile. You can wear them for coffee with friends, a family gathering, or even a formal evening out simply by changing accessories. Timeless fashion for women over 60 is about making small, smart choices that elevate your everyday style. Now that we've explored both the don'ts and the do's, let's bring everything together. In the conclusion, I'll share a final reminder of how powerful neckline choices can be and how you can use them to feel elegant at any age. Conclusion: the power of choosing the right neckline. As we've discovered today, necklines are far more than just a design detail. They frame your face, influence your posture, and set the tone for your entire outfit. The wrong neckline, whether it's too high, too low, too boxy, or overly decorated, can easily add 10 years to your appearance. But the right neckline has the power to highlight your natural beauty, soften your features, and give you that effortless confidence every woman deserves at any age. Fashion after 60 isn't about chasing trends or pretending to be younger. It's about choosing shapes, fabrics, and styles that reflect your wisdom, your confidence, and your vibrant personality. From shallow V-necks to scoop necks, from wrap tops to softened square cuts, these flattering choices are timeless tools that help you express yourself with elegance and ease. They prove that style tips for women over 60 are not about restrictions, but about possibilities. The most important thing to remember is that your style should make you feel good the moment you look in the mirror. When your neckline frames your smile, elongates your neck, and feels comfortable against your skin, you're not just well dressed, you're radiant. That is the magic of elegant fashion after 60. It's about letting your presence, not your clothes, do the talking. If you found these insights helpful, I'd love for you to join this community of women redefining style after 60. Subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and tell us which neckline makes you feel the most confident. And if you're ready to keep building your wardrobe with timeless pieces, make sure to watch my video on timeless handbags for women over 60. It's the perfect next step to complete your elegant look.